and transcend, and all could just come crashing to an end. I could be stripped of every human love, the loss of mother, children, rise above, and even death of wife would bring no tear.
A lovely thought, dear brother. How sincere.
You should have known, Tartuffe, when we first met. You too would find your mind steadfastly set. I noticed first this pious man at church, upon the roughest kneeler he would perch. He drew the eyes of all the congregation with fervor in his righteous supplication. A moaning rapture crept from out his throat. He'd wring his hair and sometimes tear his coat. He beat me to the exit every day to offer holy water for the way. I met his serving man one day by fate, who told me of his master's humble state. I offered him some bills or some loose change, and what ensued impressed me then as strange. He begged me to keep my riches to myself, and not load down his soul with taint of wealth. With some debate, he finally took a piece and bought some bread to share it with the geese. Eventually, I had to bring him here, so that our souls, by his great light, might steer. He leaves us here as my own moral surrogate. When sin's in doubt, my dear Tartuffe is sure of it. He watches over hearth and home and house. Seems more alert than I over my spouse. His scruples over Scripture's fine dictates lead all of us to heaven's finest gates. The smallest thing gnaws at his inner voice and talks to him of the most righteous choice. Just last week, he was shamed to swat a fly. That with such wrath the creature had to die.
My brother, I'm amazed that you don't crack. Well, let's see that smile you've been holding back. You laugh at my expense, so I sure you do.
You disappoint me, sir. I thought that you might comprehend the heights my soul aspires, and not fall in with persecutors, liars, those who conspire defiling holy men.
I'll not sit by, an ignorant old head, and act like I don't grasp what I've observed. A simple mention gets you all unnerved. What have we come to when a common truth is scorned as some conspiracy uncouth? The one who sees the facts, you brand the devil because he won't descend to your blind level. Religion's not a product, you can't sell it, despite what you've been tutored by your zealot. Too often, he who serves the lip of it turns out to be the biggest hypocrite. The con man would relentlessly extol exacting formula to save your soul, while he who loves God throughout history does not pretend to penetrate his mystery. Man is, thank God, a free-performing agent, and one free thought is no perverse contagion. We cannot mold ourselves to the tight boxes of one who thinks he somehow God outfoxes. Excuse me if I say what's on my mind.
Good sir, I hardly knew I was so blind. That you bestow the only lucid sight, all other souls are black, and yours is white. Where some seek heaven's dictates, you discard. You prophet, you great thinker, nay, you bard.
My brother, I convey no special sense or understanding of divine events. I don't pretend to know what might await when leaving life one day becomes my fate. Let God determine which succeeds or fails, and don't pretend to calibrate God's scales. There's not a thing that could upset me more than man who claims an insight to God's score. Suspect you not of something lurking darker when faith is advocated by a barker? I fear you do not see what hides behind a pious faith with mischief on his mind. One eye above, the other searches earth for dupes who hold significant net worth. He measures God's pronouncements most exacting gates, opposing voices, whips are cracked. Religion such as this strikes as extortion, when grasping to himself the greatest portion, he charges on and fiercely vents his spleen, and anger flashes in his eyes most keen, as with cold stare and hatred he just frees us. Is this the pious man, one loving Jesus? No, brother. But take just a look around at those whose faith does quietly abound. They do not sneer as though superior, nor look at neighbor as inferior, but happily embrace not only words, but actions, and they'll not carve the church up into factions. A parading, ranting, zealous, angry show speaks not to God, but to one down below. Most blessed is the man who shuns a light, with one eye lifted to celestial light. This man is great. I bind me to his side. His actions act on me as heartfelt guide. Tartuffe, I fear, is nothing like this man. And while I respect your search to know God's plan, I think he tries to lead you by the nose.
My brother, is your thesis at a close?
I guess.
Good day, sir.
Dear brother, hold. One other thing, if I might be so bold. Your daughter has been promised to Valere. Yes. Blessings been bestowed upon this pair.
Perhaps.
A rumor has the match postponed.
Ah, yes.
So was your blessing merely low?
Excuse?
Why change your previous decision?
I never said.
Such sudden sharp revision. Valere has somehow now engaged your wrath.
He might.
Why shift from your avowed path? And why can't you be forthright and declare?
Your servant, sir.
Well, how shall I tell Valere?
However you wish.
But what has been resolved? What will you do?
I plan to be absolved by heaven's blessing.
Sir, you're speaking shit. Made a vow. Will you now stand by it?
So long.
It's turned out worse than I thought. I guess